Alright, first look of the day. Some blue-black Dimir Shadow Rogues. Deck we played a little bit last week. Still kind of making some tweaks here and there. One of the cards I wanted to try out this week at some point. I'm going to try it out in some full-on Dimir Shadow builds like Jund and Grixis this week as well. But the card's Shadow of Doubt. It's a card that we've kind of briefly mentioned in some of the Discords, kind of as a meme, and I just wanted to see if it had any sort of actual legs. So Shadow of Doubt, a 2 blue-black hybrid instant. Players can't search their libraries this turn, draw a card. Things you think about when you think Shadow of Doubt are like Stop Expedition Map, Ranger Captain of Eos, Court of Calling, Stop Bring the Light, which is one of the big ones right now. Occasionally Stifle a Fetch, but more for win conditions than it is for just like the value game. But with like the Bring the Light decks being so popular right now, want to see if it's got any sort of legs. So we're taking the blue-black shell we 5-0'd with last week, the main deck. 4 Shadow, 4 Scourge of the Skyclave, 4 Soaring Thought Thief, 4 Thieves Guild Enforcer, 1 Dark Confidant, kind of is our creature base. 4 Thoughtseize, 3 Inquisition, 4 Fatal Push, 2 Stubborn Denial, 4 Drown and Lock, and a Dismember is our interaction. 4 Baubles for a little Lurrus value. In the sideboard, we've got 3 copies of Ceremonious Rejection for Tron and Eldrazi Tron, 2 Counter Squall for any of the non-creature decks, including like Through the Breach, Burn, Prowess, 1 copy of Engineered Explosives, which because of our main board Blood Crypt, we can get up to 3 colors. 2 Nihil Spellbomb for the Grave Hate, 2 Flaying Tendrils for the Go Wide decks, as well as Auriok Champion decks. 2 Go for the Throat for unconditional spot removal for things like Stormwing Entity, Thought Knot Seer, Reality Smasher. The 2 Test Shadow of Doubts, and Lurrus as our companion. So, yeah, let's go ahead and jump into our first match. See what happens. I saw a couple people today were having like Streamlabs crashing issues. So I'm hoping we don't run into any of those. But never know. Alright. Round number 1, we want something. What? Principe with a nice 18 trophy lead over Giovanni. Jeez. $18 trophy lead. Alright. On the die roll. Love to play first. Reveal our Pokemon. Alright, pretty typical Shadow hand of having a Scourge and no way to reliably enable it. But we've got this Bauble and a whole lot of interaction. So if our opponent's on a creature deck, we've got a good chance of figuring something out here. Our opponent is on a creature deck. We've got a good chance of figuring something out. Alright, so scrying at the end of my turn there because I want to find a proactive threat. Like a Thieves Guild Enforcer or something where I can double spell here. And I don't think another Water Grave is doing it for me. So, Soaring Thought Thief, not a bad pickup. I think I'm going to go Swamp Pass. This way I can Fatal Push if I want to. If they like miss second land drop or try to just like get some chip damage in, I might just flash in the Thought Thief. Goose, how's it going? Can there be an Abzan Death Shadow list, or is red mandatory? I wouldn't say red's mandatory. You just need like a reason to go Abzan. And I think that's what a lot of decks miss, is just going Abzan for the sake of calling it Abzan. And there's not really like a reason to be Abzan, if that makes sense. Good man, life's been wild, long time no see. Well, hopefully it's smoothing out a little bit. All right, so Lava Spike means this is probably mono red Prowess. So if I don't have to worry about Stormwing Entity, that's like pretty huge. So I'm just gonna go like this. Say go. Mono red means I'm way more interested in just like whatever I can do, kill off their creatures. Because of situations like this, exactly. Where if they don't have a threat and they just have to fire off spells, then that's really good for me. Bolt, Fork Bolt, Bone Crusher. So, just take the Bone Crusher, add Luris. There you go. It's the first few minutes. What's the cut for Shadowed Out? Out of the last build, I cut... Let's see. Before I misquote. Also got to update Stream Decker. Real quick. And I can check while I upload. So Stream Decker is updated. Ran through Fiery Islet. Cut the 2 Aether Gusts. If they're drawing into Mountain is fine. Alright, so I know this dies to either their removal spells, but I'm just going to get it out on the board so they have to start using things. Yeah, it is sideboard. It's fine. Alright. In the face, you got it. Put me in the face again. Alright. So at least we get Luris down. Get back Bauble. They're empty-handed. Alright. You find a removal spell for this Luris. You do not. They do have a Lava Dart in the yard. So only one Lava Dart. I think I just want to go ahead and snap push this. Like snap push, get a bauble from the yard, hold up Thieves Guild, something like that. I guess I could snap push, fetch up second basic swamp. If this list is running second basic swamp. Can't remember. I think I wanted to. Let's see, Pedro. Playing a lot of Moto lately, getting clapped left and right with all shadow variants. Got foil promo Croxes for 9 ticks. God, so good. Alright, so I think I'm just going to fetch up a basic swamp and get back Scourge here. Asked you. Yeah, 5 is nuts. Missed the start of the stream, but what made you go Blue-Black Rogues? It's a deck that we tried out a bit last week for the fun of it, and it was working really well. So, just decided to run it back. I think we went like a combined 9-1 last week with our 2 Rogues matches. Not flip over a lava dart, which is really good for us. We have to block Scourge here. All right, opponent. Problem with my decks is that I don't have Scourges. Scourges are pretty pricey online. Like it's rough if you don't already have them. I think when I picked up these, they were like 30 ticks a piece, something like that. All right, Counter Squall's okay, but I would rather have like Dismember. Like, since this doesn't stop, like, Bedlam Reveler coming down. Scourge is a little awkward, but I think I'm just going to board out some things that die to Lava Dart. $32.5 now. Yeah, they were, like, 30, or they were, like, 25. They hopped up to, like, over 40. And then came back down. Levin Common, how's it going? We're against Mono Red Prowess. Yeah, the People's Prowess deck. These fair Magic players that don't want to be playing Stormwing entities. Alright, opponent mold to 6. See if they go lower. 30 ticks is a lot for a card to play in the tournament practice. Agree with that. It is a pretty high mark. I got a negative COVID test back yesterday, so I am alive and kicking for the most part. Alright, just gonna get basic Swamp and Inquisition here. I've got a couple removal spells, so I can answer this Soul Scar pretty efficiently. I just want to make sure that like whatever their second threat is, I'm kind of dealing with that. Tormod's Crypt Darts. I'll take a Tormod's Crypt. Don't really care about any of these. That's a good one off the top. That's also a good one off the top. I could just like aggressively dismember, fetch up second basic swamp and fatal push. Bad as that. That's probably pretty bad, right? Just like don't have to do that. Kind of like getting a tapped watery grave here. You're pretty good at ripping these light up the stages. See if I can get them to fire off this bolt. Alright. At 6, going down to 5 with double dart in the yard. That's a little bit scary. Kevin, you came in game 1 or game 2 of match 1, so no major missed to 5-0s today. They drew. All right. That's what we call opponent drawing the nuts. Top deck, light up the stage into third land bolt, into top deck bolt. Okay. That's how we're going to do this. We want counter squalls. I would rather have Soaring Thought Thief than Scourge. Alright. Jace, good afternoon. How's everything going? Going well so far over here. Hope everything's going well in your neck of the woods as well. Gonna see if I'm drawing into like a fatal push. No turn 1 play. I'd love to see it. Just take a Kiln Fiend. Let this tap say go. Plan on getting back or getting Lurrus to hand next turn. Like the Bug Walker. The black green one that like counts as an insect everywhere. That one's pretty cool. Carry on, opponent. I want to say Crypt hits target play right. Throw as much as you would like at me. Alright. I could just get basic swamp. Play Luris, hold up Fatal Push. Pretty okay with that. Like, if they want to Tormod's crit me off a Bobble, go for it. I'm just going to commit Luris to the board. They have to kill this Luris. And anything they do that kills Luris is just enabling Shadow. Not a block in the world, opponent. Mountain Bedlam Reveler. So this is 8. Don't think there's a way to get up to Bedlam or Bedlam Reveler mana next turn. Or they can get up 1, 2, 3. One more land they can Bedlam Reveler. I can't do a whole lot about that. So let's just get Scourge enabled. Going into the Planeswalker seems gas. Yeah, somebody was talking earlier about that Planeswalker in the Yawgmoth decks. Because you can like Eldritch Evolution for it or something similar. Tormod's Crypt. Tormod's Crypt. I'm gonna counter squall this. This way I can keep these Drown in the Locks live. You off the board. Listen to me, you can traverse for it. That is what I'm hearing. Like, we could play a copy in a Traverse Shadow build. I'd be okay trying it out. I don't know how impactful it's going to be, but it is a Magic card that we have access to. Lava Dart my Luris. We're just gonna kill you. I already know they can like flashback Lava Darts on Luris. That's fine. Looks like they're just killing it. Again, fine. I've got a backup threat. Another Bedlam Reveler. Hardcast light up the stage is fine. Has anything interesting for Shadow been spoiled? I don't believe so. I don't think there's anything that's really made me say like, oh my god, we need this. Alright, so like right now, I'm winning this race by a fairly large margin. So I'm just going to kind of save this Drown in the Lock for something that either kills the Soaring Thought Thief or make them push through as much damage as they can and just like drop a Shadow and hold up Drown after that. We'll just kind of play it by ear as they go. Another Tormod's Crypt. How many of these things do they bring in? Let's go. Thought Seize. Take that. Play Shadow. Hold up Drown and Counter Squall. Let me pull the spoiler page up real quick. Still don't think there's anything that's been spoiled that like looks interesting for us. No attacks. Darts are in the yard. 1 dart. 2 darts.
It doesn't matter how much you know about implementation.
Gonna hang on to this. Sit back with double counter spell. Steven, how's it going? Currently in game 3 of match 1.
None of that matters if you can't write music well.
Getting our counter squall on.
So the first thing for me is always learning your craft. And it doesn't matter where the music is going ultimately. This is when it's in your head and you're still thinking about it.
So
you've got to
just gonna
know how to
dart me a whole bunch of times.
Basically see it through completion practically on your own these days and have it stand.
So am I countering one of these? Or am I just killing one of their guys? I think I'm just killing the Soul Scar Mage. Man. One does not believe in whiffing, do they? He drew hot.
And a lot of that doesn't come down to
Want to know update because I added a rogues list over here somewhere.
It really comes down to what's in your head and what's in here, what's in your heart. And those two things are what make the best video game music, in my opinion. Because I'm not really talking about video game music, I'm just talking about music.
Man, that's our mic. I've been claimed now. I like this full art Iula. That looks pretty sweet.
You have to know how to take those in your head and in your heart and say something meaningful.
That card looks pretty nasty. Void Mirror.
That's necessarily something you learn in school or something you learn from reading a book or watching YouTube videos or anything. I think that's more something you learn from doing it, from trying it over and over and over and over and over.
All right. Like lower end on the keep spectrum, but I've got a bunch of stuff I can do for 1 mana. So Never mind, we did. Alright, slightly less dead. Yeah, we're trying rogues again. I saw the Soul Tide list you posted in the Discord. And was kind of tinkering around with it earlier just to see what it felt like. Chalice or... Looks like Chalice. Or Chalice? Yep, we're in a little bit of trouble with that card. I guess I should say we're in a lot of trouble if they have natural Tron. If they don't, maybe we have a chance. Warping Whale. Burr if you didn't. Warping Whale and a Dismember. Alright, we're pretty dead to Chalice here. Alright, so go for the throats coming in. Objections coming in. I don't really want Shadow of Doubt against E-Tron. It's more of a green Tron card. Could bring in EE for Chalices. Probably need to in this build since I'm just like hard dead to Chalice. Where in like the other builds I wouldn't bring in EE because we're not just straight up losing to it. I agree EE is terrible against Chalice, but it's the only out we have to resolve Chalice in the 75. So that's why I want to bring it in. Like, we would rather do something like this to a Chalice, the rejection or counter squall or something, but can't always keep a hand with those cards. I would rather have the out and not need it than need the out and not have it. Correct to do so, but terrible nonetheless. Agreed completely. Like, not gonna hear an argument out of me for that one. Alright. So it looks like we're gonna have to dismember this matter reshaper. Radiant Fountain. Land. Right on time. Never didn't have it. They go for Thought Knot. We Ceremonious Rejection. With a shadow to enable Scourge. I tried to not click that right after I went and clicked. I was like, oh yeah, they have a second Thought-Knot Seer in hand. Just like the second I hit them with it. So, should not have bobbled them, is what I'm saying. See if opponent knows this interaction. It's a free block on Scourge, but the Scourge is going to grow, so. This time I'm meaning to crack the bobble. Last turn I couldn't play anything if I drew it, so it just didn't matter. This turn I can play stuff, so. Play that Karn the Great Creator right here. Just tap out for it. Smasher, sure. Ah, yes, the old Smasher, no smashing. Alright, how close are they to dead? So I could snap dismember the Thought-Knot. They have to chump block the Shadow or the Scourge. What's my best attack here? I could snap Thoughtseize. Snap Dismember's like my safety out. Like I could attack with Scourge, and if they double block, I could Snap Dismember. I could just attack with everything. No, I think I'll hold back Soaring Thought Thief regardless. I think I'm just going to attack with Shadow and Scourge. If they double block, like I'm killing Reality Smasher regardless. Yeah, this is fine. Like this turn, I get Snap, Ceremonious Rejection, and then untap with pretty big attack. That's fine. Thought-Knot. Chalice on one. Now you're dead. Dead on board. Soaring Thought Thief mills 2 when it attacks, puts them to 8 cards in their yard. It grows to a 2-4 or 2-3. And it's flying. and I don't think I'm changing anything up. Maybe I do want the 4th Scourge. Like, it's really good if you can pair it with a rogue, but if you don't have the rogue, it's really bad. Take out an Enforcer because it gets clogged up on the ground really easily. And I don't really want it on the draw if my opponent's just got like turn 2 Matter Reshaper. Prefer Kozilek to snap. Possibly. I just don't think Inquisition hits like anything that's it's hitting Chalice, right? And that's like it. I got like 1. But with the 3 rejection, 2 stub, 4 Thoughtseize, 1 Inquisition already, we're at like 10 ways to deal with Chalice on turn 1. Like, the odds of having one are pretty good. Inquisition a lot better on the play to take a map. Would agree with that. I want to find second land. Got second land. So they've got Tron. Which we could be okay if we find second land, like, now. Alright. I also love how they flipped over the tower. Okay. So we can breathe a little bit, not a lot, but minor amounts of breathing. Once we get this Soaring Thought Thief down, I think we'll be in a much better position. Benora, how's it going? Shadow Stream is best stream. It is, just not much of a shadow hand, is it? Got shadows somewhere in the deck. We'll find them eventually. Alright. Again, like, we need to get this Soaring Thought Thief down. And then we'll probably be not free and clear by any means. A little bit better off. I'm gonna let them have this. If they're going for Smasher, hit me for 5. And I get to get this Thought Thief down, I'm kind of okay with that. Like, I'm gonna have to take some damage here, but I need to set up for what's gonna happen after these turns. Third land, 1 time. Um, I think I'm just letting him have Matter Reshaper. Yeah. Third land. Okay. All right. My attacking Thieves Guild as well. No. All right, what do we got? So this gets Scavenger Grounds or Blast Zone. Do I have to just fight over this? Like, if this is a bait spell for something, am I winning this game anyway? Like, they get Scavenger Grounds. Play it, sack it. Thieves Guild Enforcer's no longer trading with anything. I have to block the Reality Smasher with the Scourge and trade off there. I just think if they have something else, like, I'm not winning this game anyway. So I might as well fight over the known information. Got. Turns out Thoughtseize Bug works with Kite Sail Freebooter too. Doomwake takes mutagenic growth and I draw it for turn. It works for like anything that you get to see their hand, right? You got a ballista, you got a ballista. I'll not see her. Okay. So not playing that out because of Tectonic Edge. I can't afford to put Luris into my hand. Playlist is fire. This playlist has been pretty sweet. It's like the chill list off of Pretzel here. It's been very good. Alright. Definitely countering in all his dust. We just need to fade another top deck. Looks like fading a top deck to me. If anybody has a good explanation for how the hell we are winning this game, I would love to hear it. You have to attack him with Matter Reshaper here, right? Yeah. Alright. Moment of truth. Field Chalice of the Void. You got it. That swamp was a pretty great draw. Alright, that was a fantastic draw. Get wrecked, Tron fuckface. Kevin, I'm sensing a little animosity here. No, it's bad when I actually root for Mike. This is what I get for being nice through the whole engagement reveal there. Like, I give my support and I just get kicked on the back. Ooh, Giovanni. Yeah, you rooted for me and then gave the backhanded compliment of, oh, you know it's bad when I actually root for Mike. Alright. So I'm expecting something like Jund or Jund Shadow or something in that realm. Could be like Prowess or something. Guess we'll find out, won't we? Could be like Prowess or something. And I gotta stop talking. Altsi's bug. Yep. Okay. Not backhanded in the least. You look beautiful today. Sure, Jenny will approve of our polygamous relationship. I mean, I'm glad somebody does. Apparently the rest of the Twitter world just wants to see us fight. Alright, so like these are the absolute worst hands to see or to be up against on Shadow. When your opponent just like rips creatures. That's pretty difficult for us to deal with. Like, we thought seize the creature to take them off of creatures. And then they rip 2 back to back there. Alright, so no Wild Slash, Lava Dart, Unknown. Yep. Slash me, okay. Bolt 2. Yep. I needed this this Drown in the Loch to answer this Sprite Dragon. But as soon as he kept playing more creatures, it was downhill pretty quick. But that's why we got things like Go for the Throat, EE in the board. The Sispo001, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having an awesome, what's today, Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you're at in the world. Appreciate you coming and hanging out. Cut Thieves Guild, cut Confidant, call it a day. If a cute anime bug man tried to kiss you, what would you do? That's a unique question. I think I got a can of Raid here somewhere. Would that count as an answer? Grilled Cheese, how's it going? This bow going pretty good so far. Can't complain. We're 2-0 this league. Hoping to fight back against a little bit of the Prowess menace here. Ambushed a lot of dragons with Thief in the challenge. It seems like a pretty sweet play, not gonna lie. If I can go like turn 1 Blood Crypt Inquisition, turn 2 Basic Island for Soaring Thought Thief. Rogues still killing it. Rogues has been doing very solid. I'm quite a bit surprised with it, honestly. I'm just gonna take Bolt so they can't double spell next turn. Like, we've got our spreadsheet. Rogues is currently sitting at a 92% win rate. This is our 3rd league with it. We 4-1'd with it once. We 5-0'd with it once. We're 2-0 now. So, can't complain, right? Islet, Soul Scar, Swift Spear, sure. The grilled cheese played Lone through a league, and Mike said, okay, this deck is actually pretty cool. I wasn't expecting it. You just like recording me? Is that what's going on here? Like, oh yeah, he said it. He said it. I heard it. Got it on recording. I think I'm just gonna go for the throat here. Like, maybe Thought Thief is better, but I kind of want to just make, like, iteration and stuff worse. Like, if you cast iteration here to start off his turn, I think I'm pretty okay just, like, counter-squalling it, taking 2. Made a few changes if you're interested in the newest tech for a tier 4 deck. Yeah, if you want to drop the link in chat, that would be great. Unless you just want to send it to Steven and none of the rest of us are allowed to see it. One against blue-black rogues, 2 games with Telemachus turns. That's not a real deck. I will shoot my Thought Thief, sure. Interesting. Let's go with this second Thought Thief, Hold Up Dismember. Dogfish, how's it going? I mean, turns does seem like it would be a pretty good matchup for this deck, so... Yeah, double spell on Thief is absolutely a win. I'm 100% okay with that.
It's not exactly clear whether they even truly exist or could be shown to in the physical universe.
We'll know about an iteration. 2 cards in hand. Can dismember a Stormwing. Yeah, get tunnel vision, so any feedback is welcome. Won't hurt my feelings. Let's see what we got. For anybody who doesn't know, grilled cheese was one of my losses in one of the preliminaries last week, playing Jund Assault Loam. How badly do I want to dismember my own Thought Thief? Not that badly. I do want to add Luris here. Let's pass with this. Let's see what we got. Trophies, Croxus, Liliana Wren. These. Main seems pretty straightforward. I mean, what are you thinking about changing up, or what did you change up last? Seasoned Pyromancer. I'll take cards I was not expecting there for 200, Alex. Counter Squall's a really good draw there.
That's great. But if not, that's great.
Isn't 7 loam too much? Were there 7 loams? I just want to Counter Squall this. I think I'm going to, so they can't play a Stormwing off of it if they did happen to find one. Alright, so I could Luris into Thought Thief. Or I could just Luris into Bobble. I'd have to take 3 to Luris into Thought Thief, so I think I'm just going to Luris Bobble this turn. Like, try to start getting that going. Okay. So now we've got lethal through Swift Spear plus Pyromancer. They also have the Stormwing. Lava Dart, my Luris. So if this is the route they're going, they're probably dead. Unless they like also have Vapor Snag for Shadow as their last card. Alright, they're dead. Go to our turn. Remember you. Alright, on to game 3. Alright, let's see. The big changes were minus a Necromentia, minus a Cling, and a couple other more flexible cards for Leylines and Gargaroths. No longer punt the Dredge living in matchup. Gargaroth helps against Prowess creature decks. Needed something to go over the top. Was leaning too hard on Croak's Assault to do all the work. Raven's Crime is sort of the best card in my opinion. Pretty frequently with Written 6 and Lone. It discards 3 cards on turn 3, which is just massive against stuff like Amulet, Tron, Control, sometimes even Prowess. Used to cut it, now I barely cut it. I have a sideboard guide I can share if you want. Sorry for text swallowing your chat. No, nothing to be sorry about at all. We get to learn about a deck we haven't played before. But yeah, I can see where if you're wanting to go over the top of like the Prowess matchups and stuff, Gargaroth would be really great. The only issue is depending on what they see game 1, if your Prowess opponent is still thinking you're on like Tarmogoyfs or something, then Vapor Snag is a real card they could have in that makes the Gargaroth plan or Platinum Imperion worse. But kind of hit or miss, right? Goose, gotta go. Good luck. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. How do you think the new Planeswalker makes sense in a Shadow Shell? Yeah, Shadow Shell. Sorry, just came in. I don't know if you already talked about it. We kind of like briefly mentioned it. Just the fact that you could get it off of Traverse the Ulvenwald. So it might be worth trying out. I don't think it's necessarily the kind of card that like Shadow wants access to. I don't think it's like improving any of our bad matchups or making any good matchups better or anything like that. But the fact that it's flexible is at least worth taking note of, right? We got a few new spoilers. Chef's Kiss. Gain control of target spell that targets only a single permanent or player. Copy it, then reselect targets at random for the new spell and the copy. New targets can't be you or permanents you control. That's a lot of text. So they cast something that targets one of your guys. You get to steal their copy and redirect it, or steal their spell, redirect it, and make a copy of it, and choose a target for that. And then we'll check out this bug in a second. The Boz, the Glimmer Wasp. One colorless, 0/0, legendary artifact creature, insect, modular 1. Modular trigger would put one or more 1/1 counters on a creature you control. Puts that many plus 1/1/1 counters to put on it instead. Destroy an artifact you control or it gains flying. How many times do you want to destroy an artifact you control? Oh, just to trigger modular. Duh. You don't choose the targets. It randomly selects the target, but it can't be you or something you control. Alright, so Swamp's a nice pickup here. They are drawing a Stormwing entity. So I think I'm just pushing this right now. If they've got Manamorphose into Stormwing, like, I could sit here and try to hold up Stub to interact with it. But I think it's kind of a losing battle. Now it gets a lot better because I can just take the Stormwing. Alright, and they're drawing a Lightning Bolt. Oh, they're so far off of this Stormwing. Do I care about it? The Salties drops me to 15. Watery Grave drops me to 13. They attack. Like, am I just taking a bolt? So, Bolt is the card I care about the least out of this hand. But the tempo swing is so good from taking it here. Yeah, like, I think we just have to take it for the tempo swing. But I don't think it's like auto take. Now we're feeling pretty okay. All right. There's second land. Absolutely counter squalling and expressive iteration. That one's pretty good. Do I want to do any more damage? So if I go to 5... Yeah, I do, because if I deal 5 to them here and put them to 12, that means Shadow plus Scourge is lethal next turn, so they have to block. Yep. Vapor snag my Scourge. I would like you to not do that. I know their card, or I know their entire hand. Stormwing, Seasoned Pyromancer, Lightning Bolt. Because they did that, I get to just kill off this Monastery Swift Spear and attack through for lethal. Rio. We've been crushing Prowess with this deck. Alright. What kind of questions we have? Do you think this version is better than Jund Shadow? I think it's a very loaded question. Long answer, it depends. Short answer, it depends. Like, better against what? Better in the current meta? Better if you are expecting certain matchups? Like, it's tough to quantify anything like better when it comes to Magic. Like, there's pros and cons in this, pros and cons of Jund Shadow. Depends if you think the pros of this one outweigh the pros of that one against the matchups you see. Ooh, Simon. Simon just did well in one of the challenges, right? Or it might have been the showcase qualifier. Like, just had a 5-0, right? Or not a 5-0, top 8 and something. Guess we're about to find out what they play. I guess we are. But yeah, like what Hummingbird said, Ageless, it's just different matchups. Like, each one's gonna have a better set of matchups you want to see or want to dodge. And if you're planning to like spike a big event, it just comes down to like deciding what matchups you are expecting to see at that moment. We play Counterspell, so this is best Shadow version. And it's not the worst. I think it's really fun. It's pretty spirity to me. Yeah, I'm like 100% Inquisitioning this turn. So we're just taking Apparition and a Drog Skull. Have you tried Grixis with Expressive Iteration yet? I have tried it a little bit. I could definitely afford to get more games in with it. Do I just want to Scourge here? How crazy is that? Nah, I'll just take like the guaranteed Inquisition. Just like I've got this spell that is guaranteed to hit something right now. And I kind of like utilizing it for that. Because like after this turn, it's just not guaranteed to hit anything. If they hit third lands, they drop it down. And I'll just sit on this Dismember for a turn. Yeah, like, I know that they can't play, or they don't have any life gain. It's just Scourge wouldn't be attacking through anything, and that's kind of eh. Like, if Scourge could attack through something right now, if they were 18 instead of 19, then I'd be more inclined to get it down. But like here, we're definitely doing something. We could Dismember double Shadow. Like bad if they drew exactly Rattle Chains. And go for it. Oh man. Bad if they drew exactly Rattle Chains. One of these days, I'm gonna like stop talking when it comes to plays like that. Maybe. Probably won't, but you just like, as soon as you say it, you just know in the like pit of your soul that they drew the Rattle Chains. It's like, yeah, they had one blind top deck. This play loses to exactly this. And you just know they have it without a shadow of a doubt. Spoiler alert. And you just can't do anything about it. Boston to send me that exact play. I mean, it's not something that like I ever want to play around. Since Snap Dismember's not presenting lethal here, I'm not gonna do it. He forgot to tell you he runs hot on spirits. Do I want to just like... No. He's got to do something here. Thief is indeed a nice blocker here. The chances last card Spell Queller. I don't think it's like a huge chance, but on 0. But I beat Spell Queller here, right? I flash in Thought Thief. They Spell Queller it. I don't beat it if they attack with both. Do you have the Spell Queller? I'm gonna block. They could have something here. They had the Skyclave Apparition. Oof. That's what we call a rough one. Alright, so I'm attacking with the Shadow. If they don't block, I get Snap Dismember. Don't block. Did I say he runs hot? I think he forgot to mention that. I don't recall this being something that was previously brought up. Alright, so let's sit on another Soaring Thought Thief. Do I just want to flash this in, like, before they draw? I think I do. I think I'm just going to flash this in now. Just gets down, like, under Spell Queller. Makes them commit, like, pre-combat if they want to attack in. Or put all of their chips on the table. Snick6, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having an awesome Tuesday wherever you're at in the world. You need to do less of they'll draw exactly X and more of I'll draw exactly Y. I mean, like, I don't need that many draws here, right? Like, I've got the pieces in place to win this game. File on 2 on your second main. Okay. This is still fine, right? Like, I can still Snap Dismember and just, like, let them counter it if they block, or if they don't block. Or I could Dismember my own guy for the style points. Y'all know what would have been the top card if you didn't play it in the upkeep? I am well aware. But big props to opponent for, like, playing this hard around Snap Dismember. So we just say okay here. Play Scourge. Say go. What you got? So starting next turn, we'll have 2 lethal attackers. But If you want to draw a land, that'll be fine with me. But so far, the top decks have been like Rattle Chains, Mausoleum Wanderer, Skyclave, Unsettled Mariner, and I think there was like a second Aether Vial in there somewhere. Is this Skyclave Apparition? Yeah, I think I am just doing the damage. I just know it's a Skyclave Apparition. I'm so positive it's a Skyclave Apparition. He's just like deciding if he wants to flash it in. All right. Am I just sitting on... I think I'm going to not do anything. I'm going to sit on Snap Dismember. All right. Jeez. I need you to dial it down like 12 levels of intensity. Bring it on back. Bring it on back. You're like a 15 right now. I need you at like a 4. I'm worried about Rest in Peace. Like, if Rest in Peace is a concern, I'd rather have the Thoughtseizes over Drown in the Loch. If I don't care about Rest in Peace... Got 1 drops, they don't block anything relevant. Yeah, but you need a clock. That's like where you lose most games, is just not having a way to kill your opponent. And they just have all the time in the world to like keep drawing into disruption and reactive spells and blah 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 blah, and you're just like not doing anything about it. Missed a follow. Ageless 127. Thank you so much for the follow as well. Sorry I missed yours at first. Death Faust, how's it going? Spell Queller and a Drog Skull. Take a Spell Queller. External Thoughtseize a Drog Skull. So, both of them kill Auriok Champion. We were kind of messing around with which one we wanted to run and couldn't come up with too big of a reason one way or the other. Ultimately, it came down to Dredge and the fact that Cry of the Carnarium doesn't exile, but Flaying Tendrils does. And that was literally the only deciding factor. So I would not read too much into it one way or the other. Alright, let's go ahead and get Thieves Guild Enforcer down. I could fetch and shock here, but I think getting Scourge at like a 5/5 is fine. Pride doesn't exile. Tendrils of whatever the Flaying Tendrils does exile. Cry of the Carnarium doesn't. It just gives everything -2/-2 and scries 1. Oh wait, Cry does exile. So which was the other one that we ran that doesn't exile? One of them here somewhere doesn't. Go ahead and Fatal Push you. Yep. Drown in Sorrow. Right, that's the one that didn't exile. Let's see. GG. Cry of the Carnarium. And MTG Flaying Tendrils. So Cry of the Carnarium. Cry of the Carnarium's better because it exiles things that were put into play before it. Is that the only consideration here? But, like, other than that one little line, they're the exact same, right? Which, if that's the case, then yeah, Cry of the Carnarium would be better. But we're just trying out that effect. Like, if we want to nitpick and fine-tune and optimize, that's fine. But we don't even know if we're going to have that effect in the deck long-term. So I think it's fine to do some amount of just, like, general theory crafting first. Alright. Still no Spell Queller. Life is good. Because nobody knew about that card, simply put. Guilty. Didn't know about it. One more land, and I think we're kind of locked up. Not quite. I could just like EE and take out these vials. Like, I don't really care about them. But I'm not double spelling anyway. So seems fine. Selfless Spirit, you got it. See, Spree went 5-0 last weekend in Modern Tournament with Blue-Black Control, Baby Narset, and Baleful Mastery. Some good synergy. Now I gotta go look up Baleful Mastery. Pretty sure Baleful Strix is not legal. You may pay 1 and a black rather than paying the spell's mana cost, the 1 black cost was paid, and opponent draws a card, exile target creature or planeswalker. Okay, so you Baleful Mastery on their turn after they've drawn, and it's just 2 mana, exile a creature or planeswalker. Like, no downside if, yeah, I know I'm killing my creature if I crack, which is like why I'm planning on not cracking. But I'm not double spelling last turn, which was like the whole point there. Is if I'm not double spelling, then why not just have this down just in case? Rog Skull. Rog Skull can die to this, and they have to sack the Selfless Spirit if they want to keep it alive. Then they're dead, so one way or the other, opponent is not going to be alive anymore. Alright. That was just blue-white spirits, right? I guess we'll just put... I don't feel like separating it out into the Bant and blue-white. Alright. While the prediction votes are getting in, I'm going to run to the bathroom and get some water real quick, and I'll be right back. All right. So I'm guessing, what's up with the music today? I don't know. It's whatever Pretzel's playing. So we got a prediction in whether or not we're going to get the trophy. So if you want to vote on that, channel points are at stake. Go ahead. Kevin can't handle this. That time again, all my channel points. Like, I'm kind of liking the music. I think it's pretty good. But we can change the station at any point. Good odds for anyone who thinks Mike's a scrub. I'm pretty sure the last, like, 3 or so predictions that have involved a trophy, like, I think we've won the 5-0 match. And we've just had all the people voting against, like, losing out on their life savings. And by all the people, I mean Kevin. Like, only Kevin. Literally nobody else. I don't care what music is playing as long as Mike loses. Sounds about right. Music is okay, but in general I prefer streams with no music. That's fair. Like, it's definitely a hit or miss thing. I like having the music going on because if I don't have it playing, I'm just like listening to nothing and like my own voice, and that's really weird. So you're saying it's time to lose. I hope not. I don't want to lose right now. Opponent's on a Luris deck. I think we're going to keep this because of Scourge being so good in the Luris mirrors. Go you and pass. Not gonna lie, I would love taking Kevin's points. He like blows all of his winnings whenever he's here, and it's not that I want to say it's hilarious, because it is hilarious. I think I'm just gonna Soaring Thought Thief this turn, and then like Inquisition plus Scourge next turn or something. I don't want to root for anyone anymore. So now we gotta find out, is this like the Luris Bring to Light deck? Is this something else? I think we played the Luris Bring to Light with this list one time before. Maybe we didn't. Alright. So let's start getting the round and the lock going. Oh, is this Mill? We're over here like, oh my god, we're dying to 12 different things, and it's Mill? Counter my Inquisition. Okay. I just want to get Scourge down. I don't think it's the mirror. Not with Obero and Field of Ruin. Like, it's almost assuredly Mill. I think I'm just going to be mana efficient here. Like, I think this is the Mill giveaway because of Ruin Crabs and Hedron Crabs. Alright, so let's Inquisition first. So if they don't have anything, I'm just gonna like Soaring Thought Thief, get 2 Thieves going. Yeah, Mill. I just want to hit Crypt Incursion. Or Glimpse. Maybe just... A graveyard has 20 or more, so maybe it has to be Visions. God, this is tough. Wow, mirror. Okay, you got me. You got me. I wasn't keen on the joke. I missed out. Alright, so... Crypt Incursion is annoying, but it's not... I don't think it's beating us. But we do have a Scourge. Or no, we don't have a Scourge anymore. So Crypt Incursion is just annoying, but it's not beating us. Glimpse enables Surgical. Unfortunately, we're enabling Visions of Beyond. But I guess that's fine as long as we've got the Drown next turn. Like, Glimpse enables the other two, but we're currently enabling one of them at the moment. They can Crypt Incursion themselves and hit crabs. I guess that's something. Alright, so they add Luris. That's fine. So I think I'm just gonna play Shadow and hold up Drown. Yeah, I saw that into the story. That's pretty sexy if I do say so myself. Look at me. I'm the mill player now. Alright, and we will absolutely fight over a Luris here. Are we fighting over a Luris? What can they do? Luris get back Crab and we're swinging for 6 in the air? And no, we're killing this. We're countering this. Just like one way to lose life here, and we're killing them, and we just don't care about anything else. Yep. That is, oddly enough, not a good enough way to lose life. So I can dismember my own Thought Thief and attack for 7. Put them down to 1. They only mill 2, so Visions of Beyond isn't live. Is that worth it? Oh, that is exactly 8, isn't it? Oh man, Chungus mode activated. Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it. It happened. We're moving on with our lives. Oh no, because of Trink Soaring Thought Thief. God, why do I listen to you? Why do I listen to y'all? Alright, it's fine. It's fine. Maybe. This is such a weird game. We still prevented the mill too, so they can't Visions of Beyond yet. I guess that counts for something. What do we do here? We dismembered our own Thought Thief to not mill them for 4 to turn on Visions of Beyond. And we may or may not have forgotten that they could, or that dismembering our own Soaring Thought Thief would shrink the second one. Fine, fine. Crypt Incursion me. Sure. Drown in the Lock. Surgical my Drown in the Lock. Again. Sure. Is this just to get up to Visions of Beyond mana? Like, it has to be just to get up to Visions of Beyond. Did you draw? Yep. Man, that went south quick. So we take round here. All of Luris. Yeah, we're attacking. That was a turn. That was a turn indeed. Alright, so we've got Crab. Dark Slick mills me. Are they just gonna field me? Sure. Little do you know, opponent, I don't actually care. Alright. What do we got? I do get like a free attack in with both here, which is pretty fun. Oh, they milled over a Soaring Thought Thief, so they're dead. Yes! We got there. Hiya. Eat a dick, Kevin. Alright, so I know I'm bringing in spell bombs. Counter Squall's good. EE's a possibility if I'm just like so concerned about crabs. Probably okay. Maybe I just rather lean on 1-for-1 removal. Dudes seem fine. Counters seem fine. Snapcaster's a little meh because it's surgical, but it's not the worst. Ugh. I don't want to bore it out. 4 cuts. Is that Shadow of Doubt? That absolutely is Shadow of Doubt. Modern staple. Let's board out a Scourge because of Crypt Incursion. Board out a Snapcaster because of Surgical. Just gonna kind of trim here. Bring in EE because sometimes they cut Luris and go to bridge. I'm gonna make them show me that before I respect it. Like, yeah. Keep Luris in. But yeah, they had black mana and then like sacked a Field of Ruin on me for I don't know what reason. Alright, so we can play around Archive Trap here. Glimpse, Drown, Cling. Let's just take a Drown in the Lock. Next turn, I'll play Spell Bomb and hold up Thieves Guild Enforcer. Or that. That one as well. What do we got? Young Cobra Clint coming in with the 9-month resub. 1v1 me IRL, no shadows or prime times. For anybody that doesn't know, Clint is a player at my local game store over here. And I may or may not have played Amulet Titan last night when he was playing Burn. And it may or may not have gone very poorly for him. Alright, so opponent adds Luris. But either way, Clint, thank you for the continued support. Welcome back to the subscribers. Enjoy access to all of our sweet custom Death Shadow emotes. Flip over. Sometimes you do the thing to the opponent and you feel a little bit bad about it, but this is where we're at. Fatal push, huh? So Luris isn't getting back anything. Am I just taking Fatal Push and getting Scourge down? What am I doing? Because they have to fetch to play Luris, which means that grows Thieves Guild to a 3/2. And it can start attacking. But I guess, yeah, we'll just take Luris and we'll get down Scourge anyway. I guess we can't. God. There's like no good outs here, right? Just everything they have lines up awkwardly well against us. That is Merrick Orb. Okay. This music is intense. I know it's great, isn't it? Pop out some graveyards. Alright, so their last cards in hand are Fatal Push and Cling to Dust. If this Thought Thief, or if this Thieves Guild Enforcer connects here, am I just... I guess I'm just adding Luris. It's like not glamorous, but at the moment, like he kind of has to deal with my Thieves Guild. Am I spell bombing myself if he goes to cling something? I think yes. I think I am spell bombing myself here. I was like, I have the Luris and the Scourge here. But I don't really care if he kills something. I just don't really want him having extra draws. Now he's got to like cling to dust his own stuff if he wants to see more cards. I guess does, in theory, turn off Thieves Guild Enforcer. And he's just sitting there with a push and like nothing else. That second Nihil Spell Bomb was a pretty good draw, actually. So now I can do something like play Spell Bomb. Play Spell Bomb and then play Scourge. So if they want a Fatal Push and Fling to Dust, I have Spell Bomb. But it all comes down to whether or not opponent lets us have a turn. Yeah, so Shadow Delt's a card we wanted to test out against like Tron and what all do we want it for? Tron for the Bring to Light decks, the Scape Shift decks. This is like something to try out. Alright. Flip over a Bauble, a Thought Thief. Pretty good rips. Let's start by attacking. Submerge might be coming to Modern. Be pretty okay with some Submerge. Round and Fatal Push. So we can take Fatal Push, get Scourge down, hold up Spell Bomb. Or do we want to get Luris down? Oh, they got rid of our Blood Crypt. Alright, so I can get down Luris here, get Bauble, pass to them. If they tap out to try to like Cling to Dust, I can Spell Bomb. If they pass the turn and try to like Luris on my upkeep or Luris with after Mesmeric Orb or something, then I get to flash in Thought Thief on my upkeep. Playing my Bauble. Sure. That is A-okay. Yeah, so this is like, I think trying to Drown in the Lock my Luris on my upkeep. And I get to respond to this with Flash in Thought Thief and Spell Bomb myself. Something, something, sick plays are sick. Is there any reason to play anything here? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to sit on Thieves Guild this turn. Yeah, I'm watching my library count here. If they top deck like exactly Glimpse, they can put me down pretty low. I could have gotten a free float of mana there. So I am flashing in Thieves Guild Enforcer here. An Archive Trap. Now I mill out. God, it had to be Archive Trap. Alright. Well, I wasn't beating that at least. I don't feel quite so bad. Like Field of Ruin plus Archive Trap, I mean. Alright, game 3. Opponent working to reclaim their title. I'm just gonna not have Snapcasters on the play. Simon, how's it going? Just destroyed me and my league. How rude. I know, as soon as we got paired up, I recognized the name. I felt pretty bad. Add more cards. I don't want to add cards because then it just like messes up all of your ratios. Alright, opponent mold to 6. We've got turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Double Shadow. Alright, opponent, if you got Archive Trap, you got Archive Trap. But I'm going to try to get Double Shadow down next turn. Gonna take push. Stick to the plan. A little bit awkward because they have to use their fetch land to enable or to get the crab online here. Here's a bunch of shadows. Yeah, this list is a little bit different from Hummingbards. He was playing like Sultai. This is more straight blue-black. I say more, it's like exactly straight blue-black. Archive Trap off the top. So let's... Am I killing a crab? I don't think I'm gonna kill the crab. I think I'm just gonna hang on to this Drown in the Lock. Attack in here. I'll Thieves Guild Enforcer. Probably on their upkeep to mill over this Archive Trap. That gives me a chance to see what I'm drawing into. Very cool deck, as was Bard's. Yeah, Bard is liking... Oh yeah, they do already mill the trap, don't they? Alright, that's a good draw. They mill over the Drown in the Lock. So I think I'll just kill this then. Now that I've got, like, more gas. Second orb. Okay. We in race mode now. All right. What I got. Not tapping down any lower in case of... It had to be visions. This is fine. This is absolutely fine. But yeah, Simon, we've had like a nuts win rate with this deck since we started playing it. So... does not look like it's killing me. Not afraid of instant speed mill. Okay. Please die. One time. Get wrecked, Kevin. Get wrecked. Oh man. Okay. Let's update the spreadsheet. So mill. Oh no, we already played mill. We're doubling up finally. Complete. Shift up. All right. So yeah, 14-1 with rogues. That's pretty hilarious. What do we think about that one? So we played against what? Mill, Spirits, Eldrazi, Tron, Blue-Red Prowess, Mono-Red Prowess. They're pretty nice little aggressive matchups. What did I think of the deck? Alright, so for the main, we didn't see Dark Confidant in any of those matches. We saw a bunch of Lava Dart decks, so we boarded it out a decent bit too. We never cast a Stubborn Denial that entire league. So like these... basically any of these could have been whatever that league. I don't even know if we cast... did we cast a Snapcaster? We had a point against Simon where Snap Dismember was lethal. But that was the only time we saw Snapcaster. For the most part, I think that the main is kind of okay. Team Leader Blade, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're having an awesome Tuesday wherever you're at in the world. In the sideboard, Ceremonious Rejection felt really good against Eldrazi Tron. Counter Squall had some good points against the Prowess decks. Spellbomb was great against Mill there. Go for the Throat was great against Prowess. Shadow of Doubt we never brought in. And Flaying Tendrils we never brought in. We saw EE once against Spirits, but it was kind of like after the game had already been decided. Corey TC, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you as well are having an awesome Tuesday wherever you're at in the world. Matt Yo, Inquisitor, would this be a good Agadine deck? Probably. I wish that some of these mill, like if the rogues could mill yourself, I would say 100% play an Agadine. Since they can't, it does get a little dicier, but I think an Agadine ultimately would be fine. I kind of like the second swamp, since I can just fetch it out for 1, so I don't think it's free to play the Aghanim. You'd have to replace like one of these with it. But if you think that's fine, then yeah, Aghanim would be great. Let's see, a whole bunch of complaints about the channel points. Kevin hates everyone and everything. Fair. Pedro, if I open up a Scourge or Hex Drinker, let me know. Absolutely will. Third color is a splash for the board, is literally free. But, okay, so my question here, Bard, since you asked, is if we're 5-0ing without the splash, do we need the splash? Is it helping in any way? Or in what ways is it helping? Like, I agree for the most part it's pretty free, but like, do we need to mess up this really clean mana by having to get these extra colors early if we don't actually need it? Just checked 14-0 versus Blue-Red Prowess with it. Yeah, like, I haven't lost to Prowess with it yet. My only loss was to the green-red Luca deck with a whole bunch of Blood Moons and Magus of the Moons and all that stuff, and even then it was close. We like put them on one top deck game 3. Did you trophy again? Yes we did. But yeah, like, I don't think there's a ton of changes to be made. Just these flex spots, figuring out what we really want them to be. If you're not running Scourge, Confidants are okay, but like, if you're not running Scourge, you have to drop Scourge and Stubborn Denial and replace them with something, because you can't play Stub off of just 4 shadows. And at that point, I think you're better off just like playing a rogue deck and not worrying about the life loss off shadow. But I do think Scourge is pretty important to the deck, but you could definitely manage. Just imagine if Tron had Chalice turn 2 that game. Well, that's kind of what I was saying in that match, is we've got potentially 7, 9, 12 ways of dealing with a Chalice on 1 on the draw, and then potentially another 2 on the play. Like, I don't know if you need to be that concerned with it.